in my mind are vying for the two of the top three jungler positions or spots in the league right now, and both of them
Yes.
very very good. Wiz super mechanical, super proactive. Aegis as well, super snowbally, willing to just go for ganks and try to find angles that other people may not see. So these games are gonna hang on top of these two guys, and
Yeah.
they can definitely carry it.
Yeah, that they absolutely can. And while they're attempting to do that, the other lane that interests me, particularly in this matchup, is the bot lane. Because we have Titan and Jojo, very well-known players, very strong players, the
Mhm,
core, in some
mhm.
ways, of this roster and have been for a long time for Red. And you're up against Dasavi and Skuro, who have been a tad unremarkable, perhaps, in the past. We didn't expect really for them to be good or be bad. We just expected them to kind of be there. And so far, they have actually been performing surprisingly well, and they've been a big part of KaBuM's 3-0 record. So I want to see if they can keep stepping up and keep performing well against these very well-known, very established bot laners in the CBLOL. And this is going to be a good test for them here today.
Yeah, and Red going for a five-man invade onto that bot side, looking to
Yeah,
hopefully catch KaBuM, right? It's bot lane if they're
might
in
as
that
well.
little bush. And hey, they got some vision down. Everybody gets a nice back.
Perfect.
Standard 5-point defense from KaBuM, though. They're not really
Yeah.
going for any shenanigans. And as you can see, the rune choices across the board, yeah, it's pretty standard, right? Vlad with the phase rush. He's gonna be super fast. He might even go for that cosmic drive third item, which kind of synergizes really well with the phase rush because it's essentially a,
Hmm.
a miniature phase rush now.
Yeah.
Um,
You're zipping
way
about.
yeah, way better item. And I'm really looking to see where these junglers start. If they try to hide their jungle starts, take leashless,
Mm.
go leash. It's there's so many mind games that can be played in that early jungle start, and especially for Wiz and Aegis, I think they both understand that they have some stiff competition ahead.
Absolutely. And we like to joke about the CBLOL devolving sometimes into a bit of a messy region. But honestly, this first game of the day, Red versus KaBuM, I'm expecting hygienic gameplay here today. I'm expecting to have quite a skilled matchup, especially with that jungle matchup that you've been touching on. And, our later games, Liberty Loud and Renska and Netshoes, I'm expecting perhaps a little less. So I'm looking for a clean start, a warm up here for the CBLOL attitude. But Jojo and Titan are wasting no time getting pressurized in that bot lane.
Yeah, they're on that right side bush. They are abusing vision to its peak. I love it. That's that bot side engage or invade, sorry, that they did with the 5-man. Now they have all this bush control. KaBuM cannot
Mm.
walk up to them. Look at them. They are just getting zoned out. Jojo and Teton doing really good here. Already exerting their will onto KaBuM's bot lane.
Not a single CS been picked up by Desava yet. Luckily, he's going to have a chance to pick some up under his own tower. Might take some HP damage to
Woo!
boot for it. We can see both the junglers started on top side and making their way onto the bot side now through the jungle. We might see a little bit of a meeting of the minds in the river down there. But Titan and Jojo, they're going to have the prior, you'd have to imagine. So they might be able to assist Aegis in that one.
Yeah, really odd that both Jarvan and Leeson went for the full clear. I don't. To me, 4 and 5 camping is super suboptimal now. Just the way
Mm.
that Riot has made the changes to Scuttlecrab, has made the changes. You either want to go that 3 camp early gank clear, so you can be up for the 315 Scuttle, or like I said, you full clear completely 6 camp and you'll still be up. But then you lose that early gank pressure or unpredictability. Now everybody knows, yeah, okay, it's 315. The time is ticking. Actually, Aegis going for a 5 camp here. Let's see if he can actually do anything with this.
Yeah, we've got that wave pushed in by Titan and Jojo as expected. They're gonna have the run of the river, and the crab is already gone. Wiz not even having a look yet, but Aegis might find him. He's gonna spot him out with that Scryer's Bloom. It's valuable information to be sure.
Yeah, and now, but they know where Aegis is, right? Because that scrying
Yeah.
room's gonna be taken out.
Oh,
But
but
House doesn't know.
maybe he does not know. He's had to flash away, and that's all they needed. No need to go deeper than that.
Yeah, that has to be a misplay or miscommunication coming out from KaBuM spot. Because once that scrying orb is hit, you definitely know it's not bot lane hitting it. So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
Jarvan's bot side river, care mid, like that. That's the basic
Yeah.
communication that really is
Big warning
needed.
pings.
Yeah, he pings out. I'm pretty sure they're talking to each other, but House
Yeah.
trying to just play on that knife's edge, and I respect it, but you lose a flash for that. And Parang, you beautiful skill usage right there.
Yeah, Hauser's unfortunately stubbed his toe on the knife's edge right now and dropped the flash. Had to drop the TP as well. Grevthar going to easily match that one. And Haus does still have the small CS lead. So he hasn't actually really lost anything technically yet. It's just a little bit risky down there. As we pan down to bot lane, we see Kel Surprise. There goes plate number one as Caitlyn and Lux continue to do what they do best.
Yeah, and if you're KaBuM here, you're just praying and hoping that you get a gank or something like that
Yeah,
because this is such a terrible, terrible lane. You see the power of Lux Caitlyn, and it can be equivalent with Lux Karma, Lux Morgana, but specifically when you have a champion like Lux who can root and set up traps for you and set up the EQ auto headshot combo, it just becomes disgusting. And yeah, Skuro had to back there. There's no way you can eat one more of
yeah.
those combos.
Absolutely not. Was in very much in danger in that lane. Does seem to be pathing towards mid right now out of base, so we could see some sort of counterplay onto Grevthar, and I'm waiting to see what Wiz chooses to do. He's going to be spotted out by that ward in the pixel brush. Grevthar hopefully not going to step forward as House did and give up his flash quite as easily, but we'll see if they can make something stick.
Grevdar?
Aegis in the area as well. Oh, he's going to get hit by it. I mean, perhaps... I'm not it might have been intentional somehow, but he did just kind of lose a third of his HP and walk away. So we won't question the mind games right there. But he is just going to eat that. He's not going to lose the flash though.
Yeah, I mean, you lose a couple of your HP, but the thing is, House is gonna tick 6 pretty soon, and that
Mm.
third of your HP bar can be super
Yeah,
important when you're playing against the Syndra. So
you
we're
need
gonna
every
see if he
point.
actually, yeah, we're gonna see if he actually, pays with his life as JoJo is gonna face check
Ooh,
his own jungle. Oh, whoop the
the
timing!
timing. He didn't go through it as well. He had the sweeper and might have seen the shadows and hasn't spotted out Wiz and Skuro yet, but Grevthar playing on the top side of that wave. He's losing more HP, but the flash
Oh,
Skuro misses the Zenith Blade. It's a tragedy for Leona, and they can't follow up with more.
yeah, a bit of a big brain play for
Oh
him, but
no.
now, okay,
It's
yeah,
pain.
I like how Age is just watching. He didn't even throw down the
Yeah,
Demacian standard, nothing like that. Really trying to hide his presence as a jungler. I respect it.
yeah.
Gonna finally maybe start a dragon. No, they're just gonna use the Basp. Wait.
Whoa, hold the phone. CB, this is what I meant. Hygienic gameplay at the CBLOL. We've got a 6 30-minute dragon, ladies and gentlemen. We are going by the book here today, and it's all paying off for Red right now. They have a nice gold lead entirely just out of that lane advantage.
I love it when teams do this, right? They draft a super strong bot lane, a super oppressive bot lane like Caitlyn Lux, and they go for this early dragon stacking. There is really nothing KaBuM can do there, right? Bar
Yeah,
none, like maybe a solo kill in the mid lane, and then you can transition that into like a man lead. But when
yeah.
you're playing Caitlyn Lux, Caitlyn, any kind of Caitlyn lane, take all the advantages, take all the early objectives you can on that bot side because you're not going to get it for free as
Ooh.
Wiz.
Aegis not going to get that scuttle for free as well. Wiz will snap it away. He's got level 6 as well. That's
Oh.
execute damage on the Dragon's Rage. If he can find the Q, he won't connect it. The Flag and Dragon will get Aegis out of there. But Wiz finally stepping up and taking back a bit of control.
Yeah, he's gonna take every single camp in Aegis's top side. He's gonna be a sad, sad boy. Actually, Aegis canceling his recall. I'm looking on the mini map right now as bot lane. Same story. I feel like I've seen this on Deja Vu. Hit
Yeah.
the W, hit the EQ, and Squirrel's back down to half health. I feel bad for this bot lane right now.
Oh
71 to
no.
50 CS as well. Just survive, KaBuM.
It's
That's pretty much what they're saying.
it's brutal down there, and Howes might be looking for something, but the vision is well stacked up for Red. They're going to see him coming a mile off, and they will not be caught out here as the third plate has gone down as well. KaBuM, they've got to find some way to get something started right here, because this bot lane advantage is going to become absolutely devastating in the mid game when Caitlyn locks those items in.
You already see it in the gold lead right now. Just a natural 1K gold lead
Yeah.
from Red here, and that's got to be based all on that bot lane, and that's the kind of
Mhm.
champion that you want, right? Caitlyn to me is a win condition. She definitely can be a win con, right? She does have that slight power trough, but I think with the way the items are and the way how much gold is distributed, she can get to your win condition. She starts to hurt. And if you have nobody that can reliably reach her without a flank, I mean, she's just going to be hitting your front line, hitting your back line, and just doing damage and pot shotting away as the Herald goes
Yeah.
down for free? Question mark. Oh
Ooh,
no!
picked up a Grevthar, takes it right at the end, and now Guigo with the Call of the Forge God, a flash and a clap and a first blood for Ornn.
Disaster. Disaster.
Another disaster.
That is the word I will use as house. Throw it down.
Oh, he's trying to get something back. He's low on mana though, and the exhaust will keep him alive. A nice light binding will let Jojo slip away, and Grevthar looking for another punish. Out comes the Hex Flash from Skuro. Can he do anything to keep House alive? Out comes the Glacial. It slows, it stuns, but another light binding will lock up the Leona this time. He has the health pool to weather it though, and KaBuM at least will lose no one.
Yeah, and after all of that, shenanigans, a 2K gold lead, the Herald goes down into Aegis's favor, and you better
Yeah.
believe he's sending that thing bot lane. I know I would. If I'm Teton, I'm saying, bring that thing to my lane
Give it
right
to
now.
me.
I want all the gold. I demand it. That's what he's probably saying.
Bring that Herald to me, please. I need it. We need that extra gold. You're absolutely right. And Aegis is down on that bot side. But I guess who picked it up? It was Aegis who picked it up in the end, so we can bring it down to that area. And the rest of the map is just going very comfortably for Red at this point, right? Grevthar got away from the aggression. Top is just its own versus Vladimir, hitting each other very softly and walking away. It's pretty chill. They're both going to be scaling up. I guess we'll see what either of these players can do once they are unleashed from this top lane, Parang in particular.
Yeah, Parang
Oh,
hasn't backed
yep.
at all, by the way. He's 86 CS. The man has a heavy, heavy pocket right now. I think
Yeah.
he's just trying to keep Guigo in lane, and that's kind of that's the advantage, right? Guigo has with Orin. You can just build items in lane. It's cool. I
Yeah.
can use all my gold.
I
Um,
imagine Guigo hasn't either, right? Or I guess yeah, he just buys the tier, and then his mana is good. He's buying more HP. He's got double buffs now from that river fight. He's chilling.
Yeah, and this first back from Prang, I want to kind of see what he buys, what he puts,
Mm.
what he gets from the bargain bin if he so chooses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man's got a lot of gold. But just looking across the map and looking across at the gold lead, 2K for Red now, very very solid early game so far. Dragon is going to be coming up in about 50 seconds, and this indicates that it might be an Infernal Soul, Ocean Soul, or
Ooh.
even the Hex Tech Soul, right? Because the Cloud Drake is
Yeah.
coming up. So that early dragon stacking is going to pay off for Red. And, if CBLOL can hear me, early dragon stacking pays off for your team.
Who'd have thought? You know, I'm sure we'll find out. Red are going to find out as this comes through. It is a CBLOL preference only dragon, as you say, Infernal, Hextech, or the other one. Ocean, yes, there we
Oh,
go. So it's gonna be good for them regardless. And now Grigo looking to get aggressive. Aegis has the Herald. He's brought it up to top lane, in fact, with Teton in tow. Gets the flash, but still gets the knock up. And Teton with the ace in the hole will pick up the kill. That tower's not gonna last long.
yeah, I bet Parang wish he bought now. He wish he had a little bit more HP, a little bit more
Do the stopwatch or
ability.
something.
Yes, anything, literally anything. As it looks like the Herald is actually going to go into the top lane instead, which is fine with me. I mean, I get the understanding, right? Maybe Teton said, we don't need to take the tower down bot lane. Let's keep them in
Yeah.
lane. Let's keep abusing them. Let's keep putting the pressure on. And he's just going to farm up this top lane. They might even go for a lane swap here as KaBuM is going to take the dragon
Ooh.
1-1. Unfortunate, but it is Infernal Soul, so I definitely expect to see some fights, but a lot of turrets going down. That local gold in the
Ooh.
top lane is nice. 325 into their pockets.
Very huge. I guess Teton's like, well, if we bring a bot lane, that's only 2 plates. I'm just going to come top lane with it, and now I get 4 plates. It's just more gold for me. Teton optimizing the route right there, and does have so much power. He's gone back, he's got the Gale Force, he's got more swords just poking out of every pocket. This guy is fearsome right now, and any lane that he goes to, that KaBuM member has got to be on notice.
Oh yeah, he is super, super scary, and he's only gonna get scarier, right? Having a gold lead so high as we look at it. Yeah, 5,700 gold on T10. The next highest is Guigo at 4,700. So yeah, a lot of that gold lead for Red is on to Teton. And if setting up another trap, Wiz and Skuro, they've tried this once again, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, he's giving
that
up though. Jojo knows. Jojo is not going to put a foot wrong here, being very comfortable, very cautious in his own jungle, playing it out exactly as he has to, and might be able to steal away some of these chickens with the Lucent Singularity. Gets one, gets a couple. It's going to make Wiz's life a little less exciting, as we'll see what KaBuM want to do. I'm wondering what the plan is. How do you get yourself out of this jam? Because they're trying to find these picks. They might have got it onto Jojo, and his flash is already down. Can they finish it off? House will secure that first kill for KaBuM of the game, but now
Wiz,
Reptar is firing back. There's the insect, the one move that Wiz can do when he's only gone and done it. It's gotten the double kill for House. Jin firing those shots away, gets the slows, but they don't have the buttons to get more kills. Still, KaBuM, I wanted to play, and you gave us one.
As long as Wiz is alive, I will never count this guy out. He was willing to go in. He hits the Sonic Wave, gets the insect onto Caitlyn as we get the replay in a perfectly executed fight from KaBuM here.
Very clean stuff right there. Getting the flash as well. Jojo, he was so cautious for so long, but eventually just wanted to ward his brush, and that was his downfall.
Yeah, oh, and a beautiful insect. And you just see Desave here opening up the curtain call, playing super outer age. Even Parang came down just to be like,
Yeah,
in case you guys need me, I'm here. Buying a full Hex Tech Proto Belt, by the
just
way,
ripping it.
on his first back. So, he's super strong. And oh man, look at that plate total though.
Ooh.
1440 to 480. And you said, what does KaBuM do to get back into the game? Well, this is what they do. They set up traps, they be sneaky, and now Skuro and Desave looking like they're trying to get on Greftar.
Yeah, Grefthar doesn't have the flash as well. Oscuro can get like this left play, doesn't get it. A nice little sidestep from Grefthar and gets away from the Jin W. The happy feet are just too good.
Oh my god, the man's got the blue suedes on. He's dodged
Ooh.
everything out of Skuro. And I don't think Skuro's landed a Zenith onto Greftar. I don't know the count, but I remember the one in mid lane and I remember the one
Yeah,
now, and he's got his number for sure. And
Greftar's
the
in his
gate,
head, man. Rent
yeah,
free up there.
yeah, 100%. And Skuro now just going into the mid lane. We've transitioned into, different lane assignments, I would say, is now. Oh,
Oh no! The pick has been reversed straight onto them when Wiz goes down. House goes golden, but will fall just a second. Titan! No, he falls! Final sphere! At least House drags that one back.
yeah, and that was a beautiful double binding from JoJo. I don't even think he like thought he would land it. That was kind of like, oh wait, I hit them. Wait a second, we're
Whoa.
going in. Yeah, and
Yeah.
as House gets the kill onto Caitlyn, it's gonna stop their siege just a little bit. They probably won't get the tower here. Yeah, so really good from House to get that kill. But yeah, I don't know. Red's bot lane is just playing phenomenal.
Yeah, they're doing really well right here. They are stepping up quite confident. At least KaBuM are now, punishing them for stepping up with quite so much reckless abandon at least. They have now been assaulted a couple of times, and they need to keep a hold of the seed they've built for themselves. It is still over 3,000 in Red Canids' favor. They've still got the tower advantage. They're still very comfortable in this game for sure. But this is the CBLOL. KaBuM are 3-0. You cannot count them out. You can't count anyone out here.
Yeah, and it's super scary when you also have the Vlad just scaling. He has just been farming and farming. Yeah, he had that
Yeah.
one death, but the man is at 164 CS at 16 minutes. He's pretty much getting 10 CS a minute right here, and he is going to scale. He is going to be super strong. And I'm just hesitant to, see Vlad in these fights because if I'm red and I haven't seen him, I don't know what he's doing. I don't haven't seen any flanks. I don't know how many items he has. I don't know how much damage he can do as Skuro.
Getting picked up by the Call of the Forge God, and the rest of Red Canids are there to finish off the kill. KaBuM, Wiz has the Q connected, and House drops a little unleashed power, but just takes more damage straight back from Grefthar. They need to just call that one a loss, I think.
Yeah, hole in one comes in just to be like, you know what? Stay there. Go back to base. You're not allowed to come back as Infernal
Yeah.
Dragon is up, being taken by Aegis alone. And Red did a really good job of just securing the vision and securing the kill in the the bottom side, sorry, of KaBuM here. And the second Herald goes down. It's going to get another tower, more local gold into the pockets of Red. They're just going to line their wallets accordingly. Ooh, Wiz? He
They
wants to
might
do
look for
something.
it. Well, they've got the sun, they've got the Parang TP, the Jaws music has started playing, but Aegis is there with the interrupt, slowing the aggression there. Guigo, can he get back to the safety of his team? I don't think so. He's got to be picked up by Wiz, and they step too far with a flank that comes through. Jojo has bound up House, got away from the scatter of the weak, but will they be able to find the inside track? Skuro, is he going to try and flash over this wall? He does have the Hex Flash. He's going to go for it. Will they be able to find it? Another nice binding from Jojo. Slows them once again. Desave's there with the Jin ultimate. He doesn't want to call the curtain for now, though, and they'll just take the one kill on Guigo.
Yeah, that was really scary for Red, right? You just see Wiz and Parang coming at you like light speed, and you're just like, oh god, is he gonna hit the Sonic? Is he gonna come and insect us? And then you see Zenith, or you see Leona coming in on the side. But really good job from KaBuM, only losing one in that whole exchange. A little bit of an overstay, but
Yeah.
I feel like that is the CB LOL, kind of tradition. Overstay after an objective and see if we can kill
Yeah.
somebody.
We need to make sure everyone knows what we're watching still, to forget what region we're in right here. But they are still, as we said, super far ahead. And now, given that Red have kind of tripped a couple times in the last few minutes, they've started to stumble a little bit. I want to see them keep the cleanliness up. I wanted the hygiene gameplay. We had a very strong early game from them. Now I want to see them keep stacking those dragons, keep sieging those lanes with your range advantage that you have, and maybe not give back as much gold to KaBuM. But they are going to find it if you give them the opportunity.
Yeah, it feels like for even though red is ahead about 5, 6,000 gold, it feels like KaBuM is just they don't care, right? They're playing super proactively. They're forcing red onto the back foot at moments, and this is the problem that I think a lot of teams I've seen in CBLOL kind of face. They get a really strong early game, really good early game, and then transitioning it into the mid game, transitioning picks, transitioning lane assignments. That's where they kind of struggle, and once there is a team that can really kind of set themselves apart into that transition into the mid to late
Yeah.
game, I think they will become the number one team. Yeah, red can do it, of course. KaBuM can do it as well. I mean, a lot of these top teams know how to stabilize, but I want to see more teams really, really like set up lane assignments and do what they can after such a strong early game, because now it just feels like whoever gets to pick first wins.
Yeah, absolutely. They do have plenty of threats on both sides, and Red are still looking, stepping up aggressively. A lot of vision contesting going on right now, but they are playing with a bit more caution, it seems, right now. They're not stepping up quite as far. They're playing a bit more together, not given the opportunity for KaBuM to find an opening. But Guigo does have a blast going to slip out to safety, lucky for him, and is going to step back to that wave.
Yeah, I saw that whiz. You smited the Gromp while it was resetting, and it reset. And I don't think I didn't see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Guigo's gonna get out with the blast cone here, and yeah, now we're just farming. And I don't know if I'm red. I'm not. I would not be okay with just farming, especially to a Vlad, right? Just giving him that as
Yeah.
Crown of the Shattered Queen comes out for both Victor and Lux here. You know, Interesting choice, but I get it, right? JoJo's saying, if I get jumped on by Skuro, if I get jumped on by their team, I still have a little bit more survivability.
Oh, Aegis has found his way onto Desave and Skuro trying to keep him locked up, but the TPs are coming through. Desave's had to flash away. Call of the Forge God will only catch on to Wiz. They've not quite locked anyone up yet. Red scrabbling through the jungle, trying to get their hands on at least one member of KaBuM. And now House comes through, he's taking down Aegis. The Syndra damage is really getting
Parang?
huge right now, but Titan slides into the backline, he's taking down Skuro. Can House get away from this Caitlyn gun? Jin very far away, but now Parang has arrived with the Hemo Plague, tearing through the backline of Red Canids, and it is all falling apart for the blue team. Grevthar and Guigo trapped between a rock and a hard place. Parang corralling them through that lane. Wiz and Desave chasing up on the backside. There's a lot of HP on Guigo. Can they actually do this? Can Grevthar and Guigo turn this one around maybe? It's a beautiful double knock up from Guigo, and now Wiz is on the run. Parang has already fallen. Desave is piecing out to the south, and somehow Red Canids, they drag that fight back.
Yeah, that was the Grevthar show right there. Beautiful, beautiful positioning from him. Just dodging and weaving out of the abilities. He looked Vladimir in the eye and he just said, you know
Yeah,
what, let's take this. When the
let's
Abyss
go.
stares back, oh my God. I really thought Parang was about to clean up that whole team fight. Really good
Yeah.
from KaBuM there to get into the backline on Parang, but yeah, a beautiful, beautiful turn. And now they're going to go for the Baron because Wiz is down for another 5 seconds. And they burned this so quickly. Can House do it? I've seen it before, Trajan. I've seen it before at the Syndras. Can he
Yeah.
steal it once again?
Titan's walled off that one pathway. Desave's there's got the range. Skuro is in the river, but Jojo looking to keep them stuck back there with the loosened singularities. Down it comes, and Aegis will secure it. There'll be no throws here today. Red Canids, they finally get that objective locked up off the back of that mid and top lane save.
Yeah, and now the Baron is in the hands of Red Canids. They have a significant gold lead now, about 6,000. You have to believe they're going to try to extend that even further and end the game here. But now, Dragon being traded back and forth. So, yeah, I complimented them for Dragon stacking, but that's not happening. They're just trading it.
Nah.
It's kind of like a neutral camp at this point for these guys, right? When it's up, we'll
Yeah.
take it. If it's not, it's okay. We'll wait for it to respawn for the next time. But
Yeah.
yeah, now I want to see Red do a 1-3-1 or even a 1-4, get the proper lane assignments. Greftar is really strong right now,
Mm,
feeling himself. He's got the stacking API. He's got Shadow
let's
Flame Crown,
go.
and he's got the Magi's here. So you have to believe he's feeling himself. He's super strong.
Yeah, if he can escape that initial burst that KaBuM are trying to throw out at him, he is going to fire huge damage back for sure. He might be getting aggressed on a mid lane right now. We're currently watching Aegis and Guigo, but Grevthar's got to be careful. 4 red members hanging around, but as in lane, he does get away. Aegis is going to run into Parang, tries to look for Wiz, and they've got some damage down already, but it's not enough to find the kill just yet. Guigo calls the Forge God, will knock out Wiz, forces the pull out from Parang. That's an important tool down, and he's been locked up again, and he's been knocked up, and he's been taken out by Aegis. It's a double for the J4 and Red. This is a massive opening for them.
Yeah, they could potentially look to end the game off of this, right? Two of their most, I would say, strongest and explosive members in Parang and Wiz are down. You just have two immobile squishies and Leona. There's no way you can reliably defend at least this inhibitor turret. They may go for more. They may try to go for the end because Caitlyn is really, really strong. She can siege really well. She's also got the Bloodthirster in tow. Very interesting item adaptation here. But they're just going to go for the inhibitor. They're going to take it slow. The very smart, methodical, hygienic gameplay, like you said.
Yes, perfect. But they have locked up Jojo there, and House can be able to follow up. They've gone straight into the stopwatch for the Lux, but another big knockup punishes Skuro, and both supports are traded in the end.
Wiz!
Another stun scatters the weak, but in flies Wiz, and out comes the curtain call. They've taken down the front line. Titan left all on his lonesome, stuck in the stasis, and will be taken out by House, with the rest of Red Canids fleeing in shame. They couldn't get it closed out just yet. The game continues.
I apologize. I went to a voodoo doctor yesterday or a witch doctor, and I said, yeah, I cursed him today. As I was saying, literally moments ago, the clean, hygienic gameplay, Red overstaying once again.
It's another flank from House. Gets a beautiful stun onto Grevthar, but can they finish the job? Can they take his Magi stacks off this Victor? Aegis is going to lock them in the tower, and now Parang has fallen already on the front line. Grevthar, low HP, even lower mana. Can he still contribute here as Aegis is in? He's flashed back out. A lot of blinking red HP bars, but at the end of the day, they'll slip away, and KaBuM, they'll take the tower bounty.
Yeah, and Victor here is really, really tanky for no reason whatsoever. Call the Forge God?
Oh, onto House, just tramples him with the Goat God. Doesn't get the knock-up on the Q, though, and Skuro might have a chance to escape yet. Desave is still just running away. Doesn't seem to want to assist Skuro in the slightest, even though he's just being chased and knocked up by an Ornn. This feels pretty rude. I'm gonna be honest, Desave. I feel like you could have done a bit more here, but Skuro has wasted a whole lot of time before going down.
Yeah, Guigo had to burn Flash. He had to burn a bunch of abilities. I mean, you can say it's worth, but yeah, Desave just left him in the dust. He's like, yeah, man, that's your problem. That's your problem. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, sucks to be you, I guess. I'll see you back on the fountain. And now the towers and the inhibitors are falling. Red have returned to the base quick, sharp after that series of plays, and they might still look to get this game sewn up before the 30-minute mark.
Yeah, and there's no overstaying for Red now. They have the 5 men as Wiz!
Ooh, Wiz flies right into the backline, but can't get the angle for an insect. Titan will chase him down in the jungle, and with that engage option down, it's got to be all on Parang, it's all on House. They've got to find these engages. They've got no structures left. It's do or die time.
Yeah, it's up to Desave and House here. Can they hold the line? Can Parang get the crazy backline Hemoplague that we all imagine? This guy is farmed up. He's level 15. He probably wants to take 16 so he can get that rank 3 Hemoplague, but the engagers are coming.
They got up House, and House is gone. It's a killing spree for Guigo, and now Parang has no choice but to go in. It's not the best engage, though, and Titan will snipe him down. Desave falls to Aegis, and Red Canids, as we said, it could have been cleaner, but that start was great, and the late game was strong as well. They wrap it up with an ace over KaBuM. They'll hand them their first loss of the season as Wiz comes off the fountain to find his base in tatters. Red Canids, they'll move to 3-1.
Yeah, and just beautiful, beautiful gameplay from Red. Well executed on their bots.